iracing.com is a sim racing game that combines a true-to-life racing experience with an online community of virtual racers from all over the globe. iRacing offers a multitude of officially licensed cars and tracks, laser scanned with millimeter accuracy. Their car models and mechanical systems are based on real-world physics and engineered in cooperation with manufacturers and race teams. iRacing's web-based interface allows members to compare stats and test drive any combination of car and track instantly. Their skill license system ranges from rookie to pro, ensuring members are always pitted against those with similar skill sets. Members are able to sign up for a weekly race series, compete in time trials, host a private race with friends, and participate in racing leagues created and run by the community. With over 60,000 members, iRacing works in partnership with renowned motorsport organizations like SRO Motorsports Group to deliver virtual races based on the real-life Blancpain GT series. iRacing's Blancpain Endurance Series features team racing, giving members the ability to build a team and participate in races ranging from 3 hours to 24 hours. Additional partners include NASCAR, IMSA, V8 Supercars, IndyCar, allowing members to race in their very own 24 hours of Spa, Bathurst 1000, Daytona 500, and many more. iRacing.com, delivering the most authentic racing experience short of getting into a real race car.
Welcome, race fans, back this week with the Nork NASCAR Cup Series here at Auto Club for the second race of the round of 8. Man, I'm telling you what, 8 drivers eligible for this race, and it has been a long, hard road for these guys to get here. Let me tell you, man, these guys have battled tooth and nail to get just as far as they have. But the 8 drivers, we'll go down through that here in just a minute. Okay, tune in later tonight, folks, for the Extreme Motorsports 99 Truck Series. And coming up tomorrow night, the Extreme Motorsports 99 Xfinity Series and the Laura Truck Series. We'll be on board with that. Okay, let's take a look at the race analytics here before we go too much further. All right, 90-degree air temperature. Wow, that's up. I don't usually see an air temperature that high. That's pretty amazing. Look at that wind, 17-mile-an-hour wind out of the south. Holy smoke. 103-degree track temperature. They're doing 100 laps here tonight. That's 200 miles. Tire window about 45 to 55 laps. Fuel window about 38 to 45 laps right along in there, depending how long they can save fuel, if anybody can save fuel. And pit road speed 55 miles an hour. All right, getting to the rundown here. These are the 8 drivers eligible for the chase. Zoltan Herczeg, Daniel Falkingham, Tony Hillbrands, Sean Williams, John Barry, Anthony Emery, Aaron Smith, and Femi Olat. I still did not fix that. I can't believe I did not fix that. Wow. Are you serious? Really? Anyhow, Filiolat. Filiolat, yeah. But those are your 8 drivers. Now, I did not get the point breakdown there, Joseph, from John. So, I mean, I don't know exactly how their points are divvied out there, because the points on the Dan Lisa are not correct, okay? And I don't know, he usually does something there. I think he does it manually or something, and I did not get any points breakdown. He did not post anything that I have seen, you know, but you got to scroll for an hour and a half down through the page for all the other stuff just to get to find anything, you know. So I have not found it. I scrolled today, I know, at least an hour, and I couldn't find anything. I ran across several of the last times that he posted it, and I figured I'd probably already gone too far, so I stopped scrolling. But that is the 8 drivers that are eligible for the championship. with one more race. Now, next week, where do they go to next week? I forget, Joseph.
These guys go to Bristol next week.
Oh, yeah, that's right. Oh, that's going to be fun. Yeah, that's going to be fun. So, okay, we're your home track right here, Joseph. This is your home track here, Auto Club. Is that weather pretty much about right on? 90 degrees out there right now?
Well, like at this time of year, it would be 90 degrees, clear at this time of year here in California. Track temperature only at 103 though, so the track is going to be slick just a little bit, but these guys will be racing under the lights pretty shortly. It
Right.
starts off in the daylight and then it goes to nighttime, so the track will cool down, the air temperature will cool down throughout the race, so it's going to play a different strategy and different handling of these cars once the race goes on. But right now, yeah, this is normally about the temperatures you normally see at this time of year in California.
That's pretty amazing. Well, I know 2 Mile Track here, the guys were saying I did catch this on their Facebook page, though, that they said it was going to be like running Talladega here tonight. So I don't know. I still think they're going to have some problems in the corners. 1 and 2, maybe not quite as much, although you do have that wall coming up on you there when you come out of turn 2. There's a flat wall down that backstretch, and it's not like 3 and 4. 3 and 4, you've got that big D-shaped oval to let the car go up there close to the wall. You got kind of a runoff there, but you don't have that opportunity coming out of turn 2. So probably where we're going to see most of the carnage tonight, if we see any, and I hope we don't, but I would say probably the most is going to be out of turn 2. Guys being able to deal with that flat wall coming off of turn 2, because you can't let the car get clear up there, because it just, you got to really kind of keep it pinched down. So, but these guys are chomping at the bit, man. They are ready to rock and roll here. And look at that, John Barry at the top of the leaderboard. What?
Yeah, right now at the top, but it looked like he was also out there in a big pack as well. Yeah, you're gonna for a little while, like at the beginning of a green flag run, I heard from a couple of these guys that it seems like you could run full throttle around here, like for a little while. Then after about 8 to 9, maybe 10 laps, that's when you're gonna have to start lifting out of the gas because the tires will start going away. But no, this should be an exciting race because, these guys will be mostly in a pack, with the package with these cars. And this is such a great track for it, too, because it's so wide. You can also run multiple grooves around here, like the bottom, middle, and outside lane. But it's just also a good drafting track. It's a good track for this package. So I'm really looking forward to see how this race is going to play out. I think it should be an exciting one for the people in the chat to watch tonight.
There was so much, if you remember back when this track came out, there was so much anticipation about this track. And being that it's kind of a sister track to Michigan, the characteristics of this track are just totally, totally different. I mean, the banking's a little different. The off-runs are a little different. Even pit road entrance and exit are even different. So, but this track had so much, a lot of really anticipation for this track to come out with, and when it did, it became pretty popular amongst a lot of the NASCAR league, and I really like this track. I've always been a fan of this track. I've ran it on other sims, so I've always been a fan of it, and I don't maybe run as well on iRacing as good as I did on some of the other sims, but I still like the track,
Yeah, right now, of course, after last week's race, nobody locked in a spot to be in the Championship 4. We only got 3 races left this season. Auto Club and Bristol to finish off the round of 8. And then it'll be the season finale in Charlotte in just a couple of weeks. But, yeah, definitely nobody's locked into the spot into the Championship 4 yet because Marcus Richardson took that away last week with the win at Chicagoland. But we'll see if anybody in the round of 8 can lock themselves in the Championship 4 tonight. There's only 8 drivers that has an opportunity to do that, but that anything can happen, honestly, with this package and how how big this pack is going to be, especially in the short runs, like several laps after green flag run. It's going to be exciting, and who knows, we might see some big wrecks tonight too.
Well, it looks to me like they've been having difficulty coming out of turn 4, so I'm kind of wondering if that wind may be playing a factor in that. So, all right, well, folks, we're going to step away real quick here, play the national anthem. We'll be right back with qualifying.
Twilight lies gleaming, whose broad stripes and bright stars through the perilous fights. Oh, the ramparts we watched were so busting in air, gave proof through the night that our flag was still there. Oh, say, does that star-spangled banner yet wave o'er the land under the in the
All right, we're back, folks, and they're just getting out on the track now, getting ready for qualifying. And yeah, I forgot to mention Joseph is in the booth with me here because I see a lot of Lombard Nation guys in chat there. Marley, Home, be fourth of whatever that is. Spencer Owens is in there. Hey, Basketball Life, Cowboy, 1002. How's everybody doing tonight? Marley said this is going to be a great race here tonight, and I got a sneaking suspicion she is correct.
I mean, it's Nork. I mean, I don't,
Oh, yeah.
I don't expect Nork to be anything less than a great race. So it's
Nope.
definitely it's always exciting each week. You know, that's why I look forward to Tuesday nights because it's a lot of fun.
Yep.
Broadcasting these races. Well, it looks like so far John Barry takes the top of the charts with the 41.06. And here's the thing. Remember, 3 bonus points. That could be
That's
huge
right.
for a playoff driver, too.
You betcha. Yep. And he backs up that fastest qualifying time with the fastest. Oh, that got taken away.
I got taken away.
And he just took it back. He just took it right back. Cody Miller to second now. But Scott Rambler's got to come around and take his second lap. Now, I was having trouble with trading paint. Earlier during practice, I was telling, Zoltan just took the top of the leaderboard. I was telling Daniel Falkingham that his car was coming through as just an all blue car with a green spoiler. And he said, yeah, that's not right. I said, well, I'm just letting you know, I've restarted trading paint 3 times and it has not changed. So I don't know what more I can do. There's Malad Radman. Boy, I like that new paint job on that car. Awesome. That's sweet. That's sweet. Well, Zoltan might get the 3 points. What do you think about that?
Yeah, that's pretty nice.
He could definitely use it. He didn't have a real great finish last week. If I remember correctly, he was wrecked out early or something. I forget. I can't remember. Something happened last week. Hey, Sienna's in there. Hey, Sienna. I haven't seen Mom Lombard yet.
That's weird, Rudy.
What's that?
Did you notice that even though I'm watching the session and stuff, notice how I'm somehow registered in it?
Uh-oh.
I don't. Wow.
You are. You joined as a driver.
I don't know how I joined it as spectator. Why am I in there?
That's don't know. Weird. Yeah.
I mean, I'm not racing, so just pretend I'm not there. But
no.
That's crazy. That's funny. I just realized that just now because all of a sudden I looked at my thing and it said qualify. I'm like, wait, what? I can't qualify. I'm spectating. So that's funny.
Something happened there weird, but well, even though Falkingham had a great lap, he still only came in 4th. I don't think he's too awful happy with that qualifying time.
Yeah, I'm kind of shocked about that one.
Yeah, Tommy Gossett comes in, breaks into the top 10. All right, that's going to do it for qualifying. Let's get down here on the MaxSpeedTV starting grid. Zoltan Herkzeg, one of the chase drivers, he will start on the pole, getting those 3 bonus points. That's very important. So congratulations to him with a 40.836. Marcus Richardson, only 2 1,000ths of a second slower. That's pretty close. He'll start second. John Barry, also chase driver. He'll start in 3rd. Daniel Falkingham, chase driver, will start 4th. Cody Miller starting 5th. Scott Rambler will start 6th place. Malad Radman 7th. Justin Lisenby 8th. Tony Hillbrands, one of the chase drivers, will start 9th. And Terrell Baker rounds out the top 10. Joseph?
Yeah, so far, starting in the 11th spot is Tommy Gossett, with Femi Olat starting in the 12th spot. In row number 7, we got Nicholas Carresso 13th, Nate Stewart 14th. Anthony Emery and Aaron Smith will take up row number 8. Both of them in the playoffs will be 15th and 16th. Will Klein and Hunter Combs will be 17th and 18th. And then in 19th and 20th, in row number 10, we have Bobby Cheney and Tom Mercy rounding out the top 20.
All right. Justin Gable starts 21st. Spencer Owens 22nd. Sean Williams, another Chase driver, starting all the way back in 23rd position. Jared Darling 24th. Elijah Grassi at 25th. Zachary DeMarche 26th. Brett Pancari 27th. Scott Schuer 28th. Patrick Colby 29th. Andrew Cardinelli 30th. Caden Henry 31st. Taylor Fry 32nd. And of course, Joseph Lombard's helping me in the booth. Somehow that
somehow. Hey, you know what? I'm there in spirits too.
There you go.
Here's the thing, Rudy. I'm on the track and in the booth. I'm doing the double.
Yeah. Well, you know, we had times like that. Remember back when you used to race with these guys? One week you would be on the track, next week you'd be in the booth. Remember, you were doing that for a while.
I did.
And then there was times when you got wrecked out of the race and you come up and join me in the booth. So yeah, we've had those days, you know.
Well, nothing we could do about that now. But how about that? Here we go onto the racetrack, getting ready to go racing here at Auto Club Speedway. Zoltan Herzeg grabs the pole, and that's 3 bonus points for him as well, because you know he's in the playoffs. That could help him out.
You betcha, man. Even if he didn't have a good finish here tonight, it could be. It could help him.
By the way,
I wish I had the points breakdown. That's what I wish I really had. But
hey, you know, at least I can, when this season is over, at least I can say I made one start.
yeah, there you go. Hey, you get some points for that, finishing last here today.
I'm not even trying. I'm just up in the booth. But,
I know it.
Well, Rudy, I'm excited about this race. I'm ready to go.
Yep. Well, get them going here, brother. You always do a great job of getting them going, so I'm going to let you have at it.
All right, ladies and gentlemen, thank you guys for tuning in tonight here on MaxSpeedTV on this Tuesday evening. Here in the second race of the round of 8 in the Nordic iRacing NASCAR Series here at the 2 Mile Auto Club Speedway in Southern California. It should be an exciting race. These guys will start in the daylight, and it will end under the lights here tonight. Zoltan Herzeg and Marcus Richardson will be on the front row. They're about to drop that green flag. We're just waiting for them to take off. And here we go. The green flag is in the air. We are underway here at Auto Club Speedway.
A very good start by everybody. Well, that was a question I was going to ask you. How far is this track from you?
This is about an hour, 15 hour, 20 minutes away from me.
Wow. Have you ever been to this track?
I've been to this track since 2006.
That was a stupid question, but I thought I'd ask it anyway.
Well, I tell you what, it's a pretty good start by everybody. We're still side by side for the race lead, but Marcus Richardson's getting a good push by Daniel Falkham, and he does take it to the bottom lane. Marcus Richardson to the top of the boards early on.
Yes, sir. He's going to take that bonus point away from the chase drivers.
Scott Ramler got really sideways off turn 4. Look at everybody scrambling just to get around them.
We're 4 wide back here. Look at this. 4 wide. This is the track to do it on right here. Unbelievable.
And you're going to see this a lot, 3 and 4 wide. This track is wide enough for that. This track's even wide enough to do 5 wide. We might see that as well.
Oh, my gosh. Yeah, maybe on a restart or something that's possible. Malad Radman, 8th place, losing a position already. That did kind of hurt Scott Ramler. He's back to 11th now, so he had to regroup. And Marcus going to lead another lap, him and Zoltan.
Side by side for the... Yep, I was just going to say. Go ahead, Rudy.
John Barry side by side here. He's really kind of showing his power here tonight at Auto Club, because fastest in practice and almost had the pole here tonight. Man, just amazing. Started 3rd today, but on that start of the race, he didn't get quite the start there behind Zoltan that the upper line got with Marcus Richardson and Daniel Falkingham. Cody Miller to 4th.
Yeah, I was just looking at Cody Miller. He's doing a good job of getting up through the field. He started 5th. He moved up 1 spot there to 4th. It doesn't look like that bomb lane, Rudy, is working at all. It seems
Nope.
like the outside lane early on because Daniel Falkham is dropping all of a sudden. He started fourth and he got up into third, but then now he's dropping again. There's Femi Olatu is outside trying to grab into the top 5.
Well, you know, there was a 17-mile-an-hour wind. Now, I really don't know which direction this track goes geographically. Okay, I'm not really sure, but I wanted to let me see if that wind has changed any out there. No, it's still 17 mile an hour out of the south.
Yeah, 17 mile an hour in the south. The south is actually the way these guys are facing right now, heading down the front straightaway. They're heading east, heading into turn number 1, and then turn number 1 and 2. They're like heading towards the south, so they're going to get a good push through 1 and 2, gain that extra speed. But down the back straightaway, they're actually facing the west here, All Clips Speedway. Then 3 and 4 is heading up north, and then back around to the east.
Okay. So 1 and 2 would be going into the south.
Yes.
Okay. Well, and we're not seeing the problem out of 1 and 2 right now. Where we're seeing the problem is out of 3 and 4. So if they're getting that southerly flow, could be causing those cars to have a little aero push there in 3 and 4. We might see some problems out of those guys.
Yeah, I think driving through 3 and 4 is going to be more of the problem because they're facing that wind right now.
Yeah.
If it's going south, they're facing that wind. When they're in 1 and 2, they're driving away from it. So definitely it's going to be a struggle for them for 3 and 4 for the meantime right now.
Well, I've been watching Justin Lisenby here now. He did pick up 1 position since that start, but I'm telling you what, these 3 here are glued right together. Femi Olat, Daniel Falkingham, and Justin Lisenby. Lisenby took a look inside of Falkingham there, but he couldn't quite make it work.
Remember, Lisenby had a strong run last week at Chicago and unfortunately got caught up in a late race crash. There's nowhere to go for him. He's looking to add in another good run tonight, like he did a couple weeks ago at Rockham and got the win there, but just not the result he wanted last week.
What about your league race? What about your league race last week? He freaking dominated there.
Yeah, he did pretty good there. Unfortunately, he didn't get the win out there. Daniel Falkham scored the win, but we'll definitely see what happens tomorrow night as we head to Charlotte. Here we go, battle for the lead, Rudy.
Yes, sir. Zoltan's going to clear Marcus. And if everything holds up right here, he's going to lead a point. That's just going to add another bonus point to the 3 he already got for the pole.
Wow, look at Marcus Richardson pushing him down that front straightaway all over the back bumper of Zoltan.
Well, if they can keep working like that, they could break away from this field, and it could, they keep doing that draft.
And the thing,
And
the thing is, you see, these cars are separating right now. They're getting away from each other. They're not really a big pack right now, and that's because of the temperatures right now on the track. You know, it's very slick out there. It's 97-degree track temperature. Of course, that wind is also pretty strong too, so that could also be a factor to why these guys are not bunched up. But I'm going to tell you, when this track cools down, it gets late in the race, it gets under the lights, and if we get a late restart, it's going to be a huge pack of cars battling for this win.
Yes, sir. Well, I've been watching Anthony Emery here now. Anthony's picked up 3 positions. He's been extremely hot lately, so I'm kind of, he has got to get up there in the front and have a good finish here today if he's going to hold on. Oh, contact!
Oh, no, around goes Scott Rambler.
Man.
Will Klein also gets a piece. He goes around. Everybody's scrambling down the back straightaway trying to avoid. Oh, and at the last minute, Patrick Colby in the 36 just nailed Will Klein.
Oh, my gosh. Let's go back and take a look at this.
Yeah, no playoff drivers involved in this one, but definitely some contact was made coming off turn 2.
Yeah, let's see what happened here.
And that happened right in front of Anthony Emery as she was speaking about
I know
him.
it. And luckily, it looked like Anthony might have skinnied off on the outside or something and missed all that. But yeah, I mean, there was nothing intentional there. It was just such close racing. And as these guys were talking about, right here, see that you can see right there on the bumper of them. Oh my gosh!
Yeah.
I mean, right there. Yeah, let me get to the chase view here a little bit, because I am going to start doing this for John. John has asked me to try to make sure that I show the replays maybe a couple of different ways, a couple of different times. And I've always forgot to do that. So there it is right here. And I'm coming up on it. Will Klein gets a pretty good run up underneath Scott Ramler. And this is where we'll see right here, contact made between those two. A little bit of net coating, but the contact was going to be there regardless.
Yeah, it didn't look like Will Klein even pushed up at all, and it didn't look like Scott Ramler was squeezing them down either. It's just these two were just racing side by side. They got a little too close, and unfortunately, around both of them goes. And then unfortunately for Will Klein, he got nailed at the last minute by Patrick Colby, which had nowhere to go.
How about Anthony Emery, skinny? And man, he took it clear down on the apron there to get by. Man, great job by Anthony Emery.
And that happened in front of Aaron Smith, Tony Hilbrands, a couple other playoff drivers, even Sean Williams as well. So luckily, those drivers got away from it right now.
Yeah, Aaron Smith got through. Yeah, I want to stay here on Will Klein because you said Will Klein got nailed at the end there.
Yep.
Okay, we'll see what happens here. Yeah, right here it is. Oh my gosh. There was just no getting away from that. Patrick Colby had no chance.
It's such a wide racetrack, but just because it's a wide racetrack, sometimes you still can't get away from incidents.
That's right. Exactly. You got that right. Well, everybody's come to pit road. Zoltan's going to be out first. John Barry's second. Who are we going to talk to?
I'd like to speak to John Barry, see what he thinks about this race in this car.
Do it.
John Barry, got a copy?
Yes, I do, Joseph.
Well, you're doing a pretty good job so far. You started third. Now you're in second. Had a good pit stop there. In the few laps of Green Flag Run, how is the car out there?
There's a little, not that much grip out here. It's kind of slidey, especially off turn 4. There's like a really bad crosswind. And like, when you go into like, we'll go like for the center and off of turn 4, it just takes off towards the wall, like no matter what. So you got to be kind of careful in the throttle. But car feels pretty good. Just kind of waiting for the sun to set because this race is gonna be completely different once we get in the night. It's gonna be a pack race. So I'm just honestly, what's going on right now won't be way to race in. So it's just trying to keep the track position because once it gets in the race, it'll be impossible to pass when everyone it gets into pack racing.
Yeah, we were kind of figuring that crosswind was going to be bad because it's 17 miles an hour, and it doesn't seem to be calming down.
Yeah. A little breezy out here in the California Valley, here in Los Angeles.
Well, hopefully the track will cool down, which I know it will. Hopefully that car will even get any better. As long as you keep the track position, like you said, for now, I think you should be all right towards the end of the race. So best of luck out there to you, and maybe we'll see your car in victory lane.
Yeah, that'd be really nice. But, hey, thank you, guys.
So I do want to clarify something about the wind. Heading north is actually going in the 1 and 2. So I made a little slight mistake there for whatever reason. I didn't know my geographic. See, I'm a broadcaster. I'm a YouTuber.
I know.
Geography shouldn't be my thing, but so the heading towards 1 and 2 is heading up north, and then heading in 3 and 4 is heading south, and of course that's where that wind is. Although the wind right now is up north, you can see it's north going 17 miles per hour. So yeah, definitely still going in the 1 and 2 is going to be the most.
When I was just looking at it there, no, the wind is coming out of the south.
Wow, that's crazy. It says north.
North, north wind. It's northerly. Okay, so that means it's coming out of the south, heading north.
Yeah, so what I mean by that is like, so when they're in 1 and 2, that car is going to carry a lot of speed through 1 and 2, but up in 3 and 4 is when they're hitting that wind a lot.
That's right.
So that's probably, like he said, it's a struggle through 3 and 4 right now. We've seen drivers struggling off turn 4, so it's definitely has to be something to do with that wind. But hopefully it'll calm down sooner or later. But right now it's not letting up one bit.
Well, let's see if now Zoltan's decided to start on the outside. I don't know if that was a good call or not, but we'll see.
We'll find out in just a minute.
I think he'll be all right. You know, because like he's going to get that good run. This isn't like the start of the race when they all go on green. Now it's the leader's discretion to go. So I'm sure he's going to drop the hammer, you know, at a time that's going to probably catch John Barry off guard, you know. So we'll see what he does here on this green flag restart. Going to be restarting on lap 14, folks. And we are here for the second race for the round of 8. So this is very important race here. Next week they go to Bristol. Pace car about headed in pit road, and Zoltan ready to hit the loud pedal. And green, green, green.
Green flag, green flag.
He got a good jump there, but I'll tell you what, John Barry stayed right with him. Not too bad, though. Pretty good. John did good on that restart.
Zoltan Herzeg does take it back to the bottom lane. Looks like the top 4 are single file now, and then Cody Miller trying to get around Malad Radman for that 5th spot, which he does. Now side-by-side battle with Justin Lightsby on the bottom with Malad Radman up high. Here we go, a battle for the lead. John Barry to the outside, getting a good push by Marcus Richardson. John Barry to the top of the board right now.
I'm telling you what, that could be a good thing. Well, it is a good thing for John. He'll get the bonus point out of it. But, I mean, this could be a good thing for him to keep his car out in that clean air. Last night in the race that I did there at SRA, clean air at Indianapolis was king. I mean, there was just no getting around it. Look what happened to Zoltan now, because he elected to go into turn 1 and stay down on the bottom coming out of turn 2, and they all drove around the outside. That put him back to 4th.
Well, right now, he's not going to be in 4th for long because he's trying to pass Daniel Falkham on that bottom lane for that 3rd spot. But, yeah, you're right, Ray. Clean air, it's also key for this racetrack, too.
Yep.
It's such a huge racetrack, such a wide racetrack. You get out in front, you're in clean air, you're going to be able to hold on to that lead for some time until the tires wear out, because these tires will definitely come into factor in just a few laps. But right now, John Barry holding that spot right now, and of course Marcus Richardson and everybody else, they're in that dirty air just trying to find some clean air.
And boy, I'll tell you what, John Barry's has got an excellent line around here right now too. He's doing that late entry drop down to the bottom of the track, and it's working out perfect for him there. If you watch when he goes into turn 1, he stays up there close to that wall about as long as he can, and then arcs it right down across and takes it right onto the white line. That's what he did on that last lap. Now we'll see what he does on this lap here, but look, that's a perfect line.
Wow, look at everybody just following wherever the leader goes just to stay in that drive. It's kind of like the snake move down that front straightaway.
Yeah, drafting is important, but then dirty air is horrible. It's horrible for the drivers out there to deal with that dirty air, you know. Anthony Emery back into 7th.
Yeah, Anthony Emery is fast. And you know what? Anthony Emery, he felt confident about this race as well, because he's been strong here in the past in these NORC races. He's won here before in the NORC series, so I expect him to have a car that have a shot to win. But he did say after he finished in the top 3 last week that, you know, he wasn't so sure what this race is going to play out for him with this new package. He's never ran a NORC race in this package since it was released. So, but it seems like he's figuring it out right now. He's up to 6. He just got by Cody Miller, and oh my goodness,
contact there.
Yeah, and that was with Femi Olat too.
Yeah, and Malad Radman's right behind him now. I think he actually had a little contact there in the back of Femi Olat when Femi made contact with Cody Miller. Oh wow, that could have been horrible right there for them 3 drivers. Spencer Owens up to 10th after starting 22nd. Golly, man, these guys are coming to the front.
Yeah, Aaron Smith right behind him, starting 16th. He's up to 11th, about to try to crack that top 10. Of course, Tony Hilbrands, he strapped back a couple spots since the start of the race, but he's still right there. Of course, that's another playoff driver we got to keep an eye out on.
Oh, yeah, definitely.
Here we go, battle for the lead. Marcus Richardson got a good run off turn number 2. He's underneath John Barry, and it looks like he's most likely going to take that spot away. He does. How about Daniel Falkham? Is he going to follow through? No, he's going to tuck in behind John Barry for now. So Marcus Richardson back up front.
Well, I noticed the Falkingham
Oh,
right
trouble
there.
off turn number 4. Somebody's spinning into the infield grass. That is Justin Gable, I believe. Yes, it is. And the caution is out. Somebody else is also involved.
Tom Mercier's up on the wall.
Oh, Tom Mercier up on the wall.
Oh my gosh, let's go back and see this. Oh my gosh.
What in the world?
Yeah, we got to see what happened to Tom Mercier.
I saw one car spinning. All of a sudden, I look back, and it's several more cars involved.
I mean, wow, man.
Oh, he was actually the first one that got sideways.
Oh, okay. Well, I'm on Tom Mercier right now. And this was where he hit the wall coming off of turn 3, or off of 4. And there he goes right down across pit road. And, okay, he blinked out. Okay, he blinked out for a minute, but there he sits on top of the wall.
Oh, my gosh.
That was unbelievable.
I don't think he's going to get off that wall without a toe.
Nope. And what, Tommy Gossett is out of the race?
Well, by the way, Kane Henry was the second car that spun, and he got clobbered by Justin Gable.
Yeah, I did see that. But mainly in the back right corner there, or back left corner, excuse me. I think he'll be all right. A little fix up, a little bit on the front left and the rear left. So I think they'll be all right though. But Marcus Richardson, I'm sure, is going to bring everybody to pit road.
What are the odds? How many times do you see that a car get on top of the wall?
I know it. That was pretty crazy.
My gosh, I'll be shocked if we see another one of those tonight.
That's pretty crazy, man.
All right, now I expect everybody to come down pit road, get those 4 fresh tires, and yes, indeed, they are coming down pit road now.
I'm surprised Tom didn't leave his car sitting there.
I would have just left it there. You know, it's a good view. Just, hey, he could be like the pit road entry official, holds up that sign like, hey, pits are open.
That's right. That's right. Man, I'm telling you. Yeah, that was pretty crazy. All right, guys, coming into pit road here, and let's see who's going to be the guy coming off of pit road first.
Look like everybody got into their pit box smoothly. No problems there. It depends on who can get out pit road first. Marcus Richardson came in first. We'll see if he'll come out first. And it looks like he will. So,
yep,
Marcus Richardson out first. But look who stayed out. Sean Williams.
Get that bonus point. Do you blame him?
Oh, I don't blame him. But I would also like to talk to him, too.
There you go. Get him.
Sean Williams, got a copy?
Hey, Joseph.
You know, you stayed out to lead a lap. Are you planning to come in pit road this time, bye?
Oh, yeah. After that disaster last week, though, I figure I better go ahead and get a bonus point while it was right there in my face.
Yeah, speaking of disaster, you had a disaster last week at Chicagoland. Ended up crashing down the back straightaway, took yourself out of the race, put yourself in the hole already in the round of 8. How's the car out there for you, and what's your expectations for the rest of this race?
It's mostly pretty tight, especially in turn 4. Like, you have to lift a lot if you miss the corner. And I'm just trying to survive. That's why I didn't qualify. So, I don't know. Hopefully, we get some more wrecks and get some points. I am pretty far back, like you said. So, digging my way out of this hole. And I don't know. I've made the playoffs every season, so I'm happy to do it again. But even if I don't advance, getting that win, finally getting my first NASCAR win this season, I'm pretty happy with how the season's played out. So, positive vibes, man.
All right, well, Sean Williams, go ahead, Rudy.
No, that's what I was going to say, positive.
Yeah, there you go. Sean Williams, best of luck to you. We'll let you go here, and hopefully you get that car dialed in and get up to the front. Who knows? Maybe we'll see you with a good result tonight.
We'll try. The racing, I think, should get a lot better as the sun goes down. But thank you.
And I agree with him, and I said that earlier, that I feel this race will get better once the sun goes down, once the track gets cooled down. Now it's the track temperature's dropped a few degrees. It's down to 94. That wind, however, Rudy, still 17 miles per hour. I don't know if that wind's ever going to lit up tonight.
Well, that's that westerly wind. You guys get off of the ocean out there. You know? It's relentless. It never quit, you know? They have a name for that. What do they call that out there?
The Santa Ana winds?
Yeah, there you go. Thank you. I couldn't remember that.
Well, speaking of Santa Ana winds, we actually had some out here today. We haven't had any of those days in a while. We don't normally get those around the summer days. But of course, yesterday was the first day of fall, so all of a sudden now we're gonna get those days. So kind of a little mess in my backyard full of leaves, but that's okay. That's part of it. But yeah, definitely Santa Ana winds are definitely picking up here at Auto Club Speedway tonight.
Well, you know, I seen something today on the news that I can't remember if I've ever seen it. This is the weirdest thing that I've ever seen. The Weather Channel showcased around Phoenix and Mesa, Arizona, and the flooding that was going on out there. Did you see that?
Yep, I heard about that.
Oh my gosh, you never hear about stuff like that's a desert, you know. That's like they rarely get wind or rain out there, and when they do, you know, it don't last long. And boy, they got flooded.
Oh, they get monsoons out there. It's insane out there. I've been in Arizona before when a monsoon has happened, so I know what that's like. But definitely have never been in part of a flood before, so I'm pretty lucky about that. Although out here in California, we get Santa Ana winds, we get wildfires, we get earthquakes, so it still doesn't make things any better.
Earthquakes, you get it all.
Except for tornadoes and hurricanes, that's for sure. Tsunamis.
Yeah, hey, Mom's in chat there. Hey, Mom.
Oh, hi, Mom. Love you. And, of course, dealing with my mom sometimes can be a disaster.
Aww.
Not but, you know, well, sometimes she expects me to listen to her, and sometimes I don't. And so, yeah.
Your mom's sweet.
Yeah, she is. Just she could drive me crazy at times.
Well, don't all moms.
All right. Well, let's get back to the race here. We're going to have 76 laps to go here at Auto Club Speedway. Marcus Richardson will restart in the bottom lane with Zoltan Herzeg on his outside. John Berry dropped back a couple spots during that pit stop. He's back to fourth, with Daniel Fogham now moved up to the third spot. And then Justin Lisby will round up the top five. Here we go. The pace car is off. The sun is setting. You can tell on the track. The colors looks very nice, but the pace car is off. We'll see what kind of green flag run we're going to get here. The green flag is back in the air.
Marcus held him right to the green flag. I'm kind of surprised at that.
I tell you what, it bunched up this restart. Look at this big pack we still have.
I know it. This is going to be wild back here. Andrew Cardinelli up to 14th after starting 30th. Holy smokes. Let's ride along with him.
Trouble, turn two. Terrell Baker is around. Andrew Cardinelli involved. Who else was that involved? Somebody else also got turned. We had 3 cars involved. That's Spencer Owens, also the third car involved.
Yeah, let's see what happened.
None of the playoff drivers involved.
Let's see what happened here. I'm on Terrell Baker. Let's see what happened to him. They got the restart. They're going into turn 1. Boy, somebody dove to the outside there. Guys switching lanes like crazy. Terrell Baker in the middle, right there, the number 25. Let's see, who's he got right behind him?
He's got Andrew Cardinelli behind him.
Oh, he might have took the air off of him right there.
And then he got hit in the back. And then, and look at that. That's a huge netco between Terrell Baker and Spencer Owens. And then Andrew Cardinelli nowhere to go. Somehow, Sean Williams got away with that. But Nicholas Carresso also got a little piece of that as well.
And I'll tell you, a lot of drivers kind of got away from that. Sean Williams ducked out. He ducked clear down below the white line there. Taylor Fry, I can't make out the number on that one. It looks like maybe the 13. Justin Gable.
13 Justin Gable.
Yeah, he took his car behind the wall. Wonder why he did that.
Man. That's a shame.
Hunter Combs said he was going to be able to make the whole race, and he's gone. Oh, man. You gotta be kidding me.
And you know, I feel, and I'm not speculating anything, I feel that wreck was caused by how bunched up everybody was on that restart, too, because, like, and no blame on Marcus Richardson or anybody else that was on the front row, Zoltan Herzeg as well, but, like, that's what happens sometimes, you know, the whole field gets bunched up on these restarts, and it's so tight here, and it's, you know, unfortunately, I don't know if there was a little bit of a stack up that happened in front of Terrell Baker or anybody else, but unfortunately, Terrell Baker got nailed in the back, and it sent him around, got Spencer Owens and Andrew Cardinelli involved.
Well, let me I wanted to talk to Anthony Emery here for a minute. Anthony, you got a copy?
Yeah, what's going on, Rudy?
Man, that car's on rails there tonight, brother. You've picked up 8 positions since the start of the race. And you know, I know you said last week, you didn't know how this week was gonna go here at Auto Club. The winds seem to be causing some problems out there. Are you noticing that? Because we got a 17-mile-an-hour wind out of the south.
Yeah, I think maybe a little bit. I wish I would have qualified a little bit better. I didn't. I wanted to go out as late as possible because the track's cooling down. Obviously, the sun's going down.
Right.
I mistimed it by a few seconds. It didn't make it to the line, so I started in the middle of the pack. But I like how it drives. I guess. I thought it was going to be a little more pack racy than this, so I like that you have to drive a little more. I would like to see it go green and us get a good run here. Let's just see what happens.
Well, I know it's going to be pretty vital, you know, for you to try to get a bonus point out of this tonight. So getting as close to the front as you can, you know, is going to be key. We were talking about the clean air has got to be a pretty important factor here tonight for the leader. So if you can get to that lead and get some clean air, maybe you'll get to feel what that feels like out there in the front. So I'll tell you what, man, it's turning out to be a great race so far. I know we've had a couple of cautions, but it's been really, really good. We already seen 4 wide on the 1 restart there earlier. We're waiting to see 5 wide. That's what we're waiting to see, Anthony.
Yeah, it's gonna keep getting more aggressive as the night goes on, and I feel like if I just get a good finish, everything else should take care of itself as far as the point situation goes. I feel like the people I'm really racing are Femi and John Barry. So if I can just finish ahead of those or finish next to them or even with them, I'll be happy with that.
All right, buddy. Well, I'll let you go. Good luck out there the rest of the race. You need this win tonight. Bring it home, brother.
All right, thank you.
All right, very good.
Yeah, I agree with them on a couple of things. Definitely, I was expecting this to be more of a pack racing thing. Now it's still early on. I think once the track cools down, we should have these cars bunched up closer together even more.
Yeah.
And he did say as well, the restarts are going to get wild later on in the race. After every restart, it's going to get crazier and crazier. And I believe that because at a track like this, especially we get late restart, we're definitely going to see some 4 and 5 wide.
Well, we got a newcomer to the top 5, Justin Lisenby. That's a big threat.
Yeah, Justin Lisenby, he dominated a couple weeks ago at Rockingham. Of course, he's not in the playoffs. Same as Marcus Richardson, too.
Yeah.
But those two are out here. These two has actually won the last 2 races, with Lisenby winning at Rockingham 2 weeks ago, Marcus Richardson last week at Chicagoland. Those guys are dangerous for these other playoff drivers to take some points away from them. But Lisenby also had a good, strong run last week at Chicagoland until he got involved in a late race crash. But I expect Lisenby to be a threat to win this race. But Marcus Richardson is pretty strong right now. It could be between those two, but we could probably see John Barry and Zoltan Herzog. John Barry's been strong so far tonight, too, which is the end.
And Aaron Smith's up in the front now. And that's
Emery, I feel he's going to be a threat.
I don't think we really kind of anticipated him being up here this early in the race. So maybe he's changing up his strategies a little bit and wants to get up there a little earlier rather than wait till later. Oh, Femi's clear down. Femi's way down on. What the heck he doing? Playing around there. All right, folks, here we go. Going to be restarting on lap 30. We'll have 71 to go here. So 71 laps. They'll have to make at least one more pit stop. And that was caution number 2, I do believe.
It was number 3. Was
number
it
3? Did I miss?
Yeah.
Did I
Was
miss
it?
one? Take a look here. Oh, it was number 3. What the heck? I must have missed one. Man, I'm getting pretty bad.
That's okay. Old age.
Here we
It
go.
happens.
Pace car in. And let's see how this restart goes. Falkingham's on the outside now.
Looks
And
like
again,
Marcus.
he holds him back.
Doesn't seem like they're as bunched up as they were on that last restart. Seems like it's still more separated. But yeah, Marcus Richardson held him back again. But look at Justin Lisenby pushing Marcus Richardson, trying to clear Falkingham. He's going to do it. Now it's a side-by-side battle for second with Lisenby downstairs, Falkingham upstairs. He's going to take the 6th spot. Here comes Zoltan Herzog for the 3rd spot now.
Wow, Marcus riding that white line down the backstretch. What? Man. Well, new tires. New tires. My bad. No, I don't think they even didn't even stop on that. Yeah.
Well, they didn't even make it a lap.
Yeah.
For that last caution come out. Oh man, they're 3 wide back there.
Oh,
Who is
yeah.
that? That's Femi Olat making it 3 wide on the bottom lane on John Barry.
Yep.
And Anthony Emery is now up high. Got a battle for the 3rd spot up ahead of him. So we definitely got some battles going on behind the leaders.
If Femi's still hasn't cleared John Barry yet, but I have a sneaking suspicion he is going to get that position.
He's going to do it right now.
Yep. Anthony Emery with a big push on Femi down the backstretch, and he's going to go
he's going to
through.
make it.
Oh, man,
no,
he thought about it.
He thought about it. He took a peek. He took a look, but he
Yep.
thought better of it. He thought, okay, you know, I had an opportunity, but I thought better of it.
Elijah Gracia now in the eighth.
Sideways off to
no.
number 4. He's going to
Well-
spin the infield cross. He goes on top of the pit road wall, upside down. He's in the pit lane now. He is full of smoke right
Oh, my
now.
God. Let's
but
go see
big
it.
hit by Lizaby as he got sideways off turn number 4, and unfortunately for 2 weeks in a row, after dominating a couple weeks ago at Rockham, out here at Auto Club Speedway tonight.
Well, let's see what happened here, because he's down the backstretch. He seemed to be okay. Nobody's that close to him. Did he catch the apron? No.
It was happening off turn 4.
Oh, he bounced off of the wall
bounced
right
off the
there.
wall.
Yeah.
Oh, and
right
the-
across the nose of Falkingham.
Now watch Lizaby. He's going to hit this pit row wall.
Oh, my gosh.
My goodness, that's the 2nd car that has hit
Yep.
that pit row wall. That time, Lizaby did not sit on top of it, but he does go upside down and on this roof. He gets back on his
Golly,
wheels,
man.
and he is up in smoke.
Well, look at this. Femi Olat now up here bidding for 2nd place on Zoltan Hertzeg. And not to keep repeating myself, but those two have a history together. There's been some controversy between them two, and now they're racing side by side. I don't know.
Yeah, side by side for the 6th spot. And yeah, believe it or not, guys, that was not a caution because it happened right in the infield. But yeah, we're still green, and we got a side by side battle for second. Now for the race lead, here comes
Yes,
Femi
sir.
Olat on Marcus
Femi.
Richardson.
Man, where did he get this extra horsepower from?
I cannot quite clear him. And remember, we saw these two battle it out for most of the race last week, too.
Yep.
And we saw him battle it out towards the end, but Marcus Richardson was able to hold off Femi Olat. And now here these two again. You got Zoltan Herzog 3rd. How about Anthony Emery up to the 4th spot now? Oh, Femi is getting tight just a little bit. And he had to get out of the gas there, and that's going to open the door for Zoltan Herzog. Not quite, but he was right there.
Yes, he was. He took a look there like he wasn't sure maybe if Femi was going to be able to hang on to that or not. So he was trying to make sure he was clear to go.
By the way, Lizaby is out of the race. That's a shame for him. And I want to mention real quick about that incident. Yeah, he pushed up off turn number 4 there. I wonder if, again, has anything to do with that crosswind right there. You know, we've seen drivers struggle off turn 4, and where that wind is where these drivers are having trouble getting off that corner. So it may have played an effect. Now, Daniel Falkingham, he actually, when Justin Lizaby spun across in front of him, they actually made slight contact. Look at Daniel Falkingham all of a sudden back in the 13th spot.
Yeah, that's, man.
Does he? Yeah, look, he has heavy nose damage.
Yeah.
That is definitely I wonder if he's down on horsepower, Rudy.
I think he is, because he just lost 2 more positions right there in turn 1, and he's about to lose another one here to Scott Ramler.
Now, I will tell you this, Daniel Falkingham was the points leader in the round of 8 coming into this race. He had a 15-point gap.
Where did you find that at?
Apparently, I just got told that. So I just got told that right now. So Daniel Falkingham had a 15-point gap ahead of the cutoff line coming into this race. But with this right now, and he's the only playoff driver that's having troubles right now, that could put him right on the bubble for next week at Bristol. And what would be a shame for him after dominating the regular season and being the regular season champion, too.
Yeah. Well, it was back and forth with him and Zoltan pretty much most of the season. Them two have been battling each week. One changes and the other one changes, and but boy, I'll tell you what, Zoltan's running in 4th. That could be a big shot there for Zoltan to take over that point lead again from Daniel. unless Daniel can get that car fixed up, maybe on a pit stop, and at least get it to where it's a little more aerodynamically sound. But he's back at 17th now. He just keeps dropping.
I tell you what, a driver I've been watching out for, as we do got a side-by-side battle for the second spot, Anthony Emery underneath Femi Lat. But the driver I want to mention real quick, how about Elijah Gracia? Started 25th. He's in the top 5. He's got a fast car tonight.
Yes, he does. He has turned up the heat. It started 25th. Yeah, oh my. Actually clearing John Barry. Now he's on the attack here for Zoltan Herzog. This is good stuff right now. This is good stuff. Wow, Zoltan, man.
Yeah, he takes it all the way to the bottom lane. Look at the
he's
top
chasing
three
that.
Look at the top 3 on the very outside lane trying to follow Marcus Richardson. But now, look at this. Elijah Gracia going for that 4th spot. He's got a fast car. I'd watch out for him now. And a couple of spots behind him. How about Malad Radman? He started 7th. He's right in there in 7th. We haven't talked much about him. He's up there. He's trying to get into that 6th spot, trying to get on the outside John Barry. Also, Aaron Smith right behind him as well.
I know it. Aaron's having a great day here today. This is what he needs. A lot of these chase drivers need to get up there and at least lead a lap and get a bonus point. The only one that's been back in the field that has done that was Sean Williamson. He just stayed out for a caution there just so he could lead a lap. You know, so a lot of these other chase drivers have not got it to lead a lap yet. The only one that's really led a lap up there was Zoltan, other than Marcus. Zoltan's the only chase driver that's led a lap.
Well, Zoltan did get back around Elijah Gracia for that 4th spot. John Barry still picking up a fight with Malad Redmond, but not going to be able to hold that spot. Malad Redmond does get around John Barry for that 6th spot.
Yeah,
and
I wanted to look at Malad's car here up close. This car is, I think, it's sweet looking, man. I love this. It's a Home Depot car like I've never seen, and rigid on it. That is really sweet looking, man. Love it. Yes,
yeah, it looks like it's a Jurassic Park throwback to one of Tony Stewart's throwback cars, Home Depot cars. It has Jurassic Park on it. It definitely is a throwback because on the front windshield it says Winston Cup on it.
Oh yeah, definitely. Yeah, that's a throwback. Well, that battle for second's heating up here. Femi Lat and Anthony Emery going at it there for 2nd place, and Marcus out in that clean air. I'm telling you, I think we're seeing that the car in that clean air. I talked to Marcus last night about that because he led a lot of laps last night, and he said, yeah, definitely clean air was king there at Indianapolis last night. So I'm sure this is no different.
Well, it's definitely showing it right now here on the Cup Speedway, especially at big size track like that. Clean air is so important, and you would think these guys from Femi Lat back to Aaron Smith right now, They want that clean air. Unfortunately, they're bunched up together. They're stuck in that traffic, so they're not going to get as big of a clean air as Marcus Richardson has. But look at Elijah Gracia taking their run on Zoltan Herzog for that 5th spot. Well, it looked like Malad was going to push him, but then now he thought, okay, never mind. I'm going to try the outside lane.
Tell you what, Elijah's looking mighty strong. Are they going to touch? Oh my gosh.
Mighty strong. It was also a mighty disaster right there.
Yeah.
Really. Elijah got very tight on that bottom lane. He had to get out of the gas, and Zoltan is thinking, thank God that did not create a mess.
No kidding, man. That could have been pretty bad. I was just looking at Bobby Chaney. Have you seen where Bobby's at? He's running in the top 9 now. He's inside the top 10.
Yeah, he started 19th. We haven't mentioned his name yet, but yeah, he's running in the 9th spot right now. Nate Stewart in 10th after starting 14th. So definitely we got some comers coming into the top 10.
Well, Bobby was in the hunt for the chase, but was eliminated. So, I mean, it's kind of a shame because Bobby was having a pretty exceptional season. And, yeah, he was eliminated from the chase. But he's still out here. He's running good. He's trying to get some, just having some fun, I guess. That's about all you can do when you're not in the chase anymore. Go out and have some fun, right? I cannot believe the drivers that we have lost here tonight.
Yeah,
Man.
we've lost Justin Lisby, who we thought was going to be strong, made a mistake on his own. Hey, we got a battle for the lead. Here comes Femi
Yes,
Olat
sir.
in the turn number 1, and he's going to clear Marcus Richardson.
Yes, sir.
And if Femi Olat does win this race, or Anthony Emery, that's behind them, they'll be locked into the championship 4.
That's right. Yes, sir. So
Look at
it's
that push that Marcus has given Femi.
Oh, yeah. Well, if anything, yeah, he's pushing him, but he's also, if he's really close to that tail end, he's taking air off of Femi, and it could cause Femi to be a little loose.
Oh,
we
speaking
got a
of loose,
spin.
off turn 4, Elijah Gracia spins in the grass. No caution yet. He's in
yet.
the infield. Is he going to keep it down there? It looks like we're not going to have a caution. He gets it
Nope.
back going. But Elijah Gracia, once again, another driver struggling off turn number 4. And unfortunately, after running in the top 4, he spins around. Thankfully, he doesn't hit anything. He gets back going.
Yes, sir.
But unfortunately, that's going to drop him back to from 4th to the 20th spot.
Last one on the lead lap.
And now a battle for 2nd. Here comes Anthony Emery underneath Marcus Richardson. I watch out for Anthony Emery now. If he could clear Marcus Richardson, he's going to be dangerous to catch Femi Olat. Not quite yet. Marcus Richardson did get that run up the outside lane.
And we're coming up on the halfway mark here in about another 5 laps. So Marcus now looking back to the inside of Femi.
Marcus is like, you may have got me last lap, but I'm going to get it back this lap. I ain't going to let you take that clean air away from me. But Femi's trying to hang strong on that outside lane. He does.
Well, Marcus knows Femi's in the chase. Maybe he was just being nice there and let Femi lead like a couple laps. You think? Nah.
Nah. I mean, if he was being nice, he would have let Femi win last week at Chicago.
Right.
But he made sure Femi didn't win that race last week. So,
Yep.
no, these two, they try to race each other clean, but they know they're not going to give each other an inch either.
Yep. All right,
Wow.
take lap 48. Couple more laps here before we get to the halfway mark.
Wow, I tell you what, Anthony Emery gave Femi a good push down that front straightaway. Now he's on the outside. Marcus Richardson. Look at these two door to door, very tight on one another. And I think there was slight contact right there.
Oh boy.
If not, you still cannot fit a piece of paper in between those two.
I'll tell you what, that was pretty amazing, but they did manage to make it through. Now Zoltan posing up on the back of Marcus Richardson. And Marcus tapped the wall there coming off of turn 4.
It looked like he just gave you a kiss.
Yeah, just a brush. Yeah.
Just a brush, no problem.
Aaron Smith and Malad Radman going at it. Aaron up the 6th.
Yeah, Aaron actually got around Malad Radman for that 6th spot. So Aaron is coming up to the field a little bit, and he needs a good run tonight as well because, actually from what I heard, as it shows right now, Aaron Smith is actually outside the top 4 in the championship. So he needs a good run tonight.
He needs a win. A win would definitely take care of that situation for him really good. Because, as much as I know Aaron's a great racer, I really don't think he has the, and I'm not saying this to be bad, be mean or anything at Aaron. I don't think going into Bristol next week's not going to be his choice of trying to pull out a win.
Hold the phone on that conversation because here comes Anthony Emery underneath Femi Olat for the race lead. And, you talked to Anthony Emery earlier. If he could get out front, I feel he's going to be strong. And hopefully if he does get out front, we'll see how long he can hold that lead. But Femi Olat ain't giving up without a fight.
Yep. Well, Femi doesn't want him to lead a lap and get a bonus point. See that?
No.
Femi's thinking about the big picture too, but Anthony's going to get it here at the line.
He's going to get it anyways.
There
now,
it is.
what would really be a disappointment if Femi doesn't get the win, but Anthony Emery does.
Yeah.
Because Femi Olat actually coming into this race, Rudy, he's 3 points below the cutoff line.
Oh, my.
But he did lead a lap, get that bonus point, but a win would definitely lock him into the championship 4.
Yep.
Any playoff driver that wins tonight, they don't have to worry about Bristol next week.
Well, the one that's hurting the most right now out of the playoff drivers is Tony Hilbrand. He's hurting the most right now. He started 9th and he's back in 13th. He's not even inside the top 10, and we're at halfway mark. So He's got a lot of work to do. Him and Falkingham are the ones that are hurting the work.
Yeah, and Tony Hilbrands, he actually came into this race 6th in the playoff points, so below the cutoff line, but 7 points back. Daniel Falkingham had a 15-point lead, but with Daniel Falkingham where he's at right now in 16th, that's not going to be good for him either.
Oh, he did pick up a couple more positions, but still, you know, he needs to pick up a ton.
I tell you what, this battle between Anthony Emery and Femi Lai is getting really close. Door to door now.
Oh my gosh.
Look out, guys. Oh my goodness.
Femi's trying to keep him pinned right to the bottom, you know.
And look at that. Anthony Emery actually cleared Femi Lai. Yep. And now we got a side-by-side battle for the 3rd spot with Zoltan Herzeg behind. Whoa, look at Femi Lai go from top to bottom. They're 3 wide back there for the 2nd spot all of a sudden.
And Zoltan's going to go door to door with Femi Lai now.
And John Barry and Viv, he's like, I'll just let you guys battle out for now, and then I'll take advantage of that.
Yeah, John's going, man, what the heck's going on up there? Well, now Anthony's got the feel of what that car feels like out in clean air, and as fast as he was, he put a little distance on Femi there for a second, but Femi drove it into turn 3 there. Turn 3 pretty good, so he closed that gap right back up.
Well, that battle for 3rd still going on. Well, it was. Marcus Richardson does take the 3rd spot back. Here comes John Barry now taking a peek underneath Zoltan Herzeg for that 4th spot.
And he's not going to be able to do it that time. Well, the sun's starting to get lower in the sky, so I don't know. Is it going to be dark by the time we get done with this race or not?
Oh, absolutely. I feel it's going to get dark. It's 6:55 sim time right now.
Oh, yeah,
it's going to get darker and darker.
Yep, it will be. Lights just snapped on right there. I just seen them turn on. So,
and you know, when the lights come on, Rudy, the
long.
mayhem and the drama's going to start. Now, here's the thing, Rudy. We got somebody coming on the pit road right now. That's actually Scott Ramler. We've been on a long green flag run. I know we're not in that pit window yet, Rudy.
No.
But with coming to 45 laps to go next time by, will we see some of these drivers pit right now so they know they for sure can make it to the end on fuel?
Well, no, because if they pit right now, see, they're still going to have to make another stop. But they are coming up on the window here where they're going to have to pit. Sometime in the next 5 to 6 laps, they're going to have to come to pit road.
Well, Scott Ramler did come on the pit road. He's actually exiting pit road right now. He's about to be lapped.
Yep.
As you see, the field goes by him. So, with 45 laps to go, did Scott Ramler play the fuel strategy right? We'll have to see.
Well, let's do a little crank it up here before we go too far, Joseph.
A little Southern California crank it up. I'm down for that.
There we go. All right, folks. Well, we're back. Anthony Emery just got passed up there by Nate Stewart. Nate pitted early, looks like.
Scott Ramler is about to get his lap back. You know, he pitted just a few laps ago, but
Sure.
look at Anthony Emery. He has a half-second lead all of a sudden as we got a side-by-side battle for the safe spot. Femi Lat trying to get back around Marcus Richardson. Man, it got tight right there. John Barry going for the third spot.
Their speeds have dropped off by 2.2 seconds. That's how much they have lost here on their speed.
Oh yeah, definitely for sure. And I expect we see some of these drivers pit sometime next few laps, as you mentioned. But the question is when. We'll have to find out. But how about this, John Barry for the third spot, and look at that, almost 3 wide for that third spot. Actually,
I know it. He got a little tight right there in the corner. Marcus kind of shut that door on him.
Yeah, Zoltan's going to fight hard on that outside lane to get back up to fourth. Aaron Smith all of a sudden right there as well.
Well, while them guys are battling, Anthony Emery's stretching that lead out. He's got a 6/10, half a second lead now. It just closed up on a 10th. But these guys, what they're trying to do right now is if they can get a couple of more laps in here, that'll put them in the window of making it on this final pit stop.
Well, Zoltan is now looking underneath Marcus for that third spot. And I said to Rudy during the Crank It Up that we knew that once Anthony Emery got out front, he was going to probably be fast up there, and he's definitely showing it right now. Zachary DeMarsh is in. Tony Hilbrands is actually leaving the pits right now after making his pit stop. But, yeah, Zachary DeMarsh is on pit road, so we should expect to see some more drivers hitting pit road just shortly.
Yep, Zachary DeMarsh in. Yeah, you're right. So yeah, we'll be seeing more guys coming in here pretty quick.
It doesn't look like the top 6 is coming in, or Bobby Cheney that's back in 7th coming in yet, but we will expect it in the next few laps.
And Brett Pancari now into 8th after coming from 27th.
Yeah,
awesome run for him.
Yeah, not a bad run for him. And if he hangs on, that's going to be a good top 10 result tonight after starting 27th.
It's a long ways back, but 7.4 seconds. Daniel Falkingham's now back into 9th, and he's 11.9 seconds back. So he's really not doing too awful bad. He got back around a lot of drivers, just past Taylor Fry. We're trying to keep an eye out here because these guys are in the window here now making it. So these guys could come in at any time now. They've been out here 42 laps. But that's counting the pace lap too. So, technically about 38. So, and we got, 36 to go this time by. So we'll probably see some guys coming in here right directly.
Man, this battle for the third spot is still going on between Marcus Richardson and Zoltan Herzeg. They're not giving up that third spot. Both of them aren't.
Both excellent racers. How much has the wind died down? That's what I want to know. Now that it's starting to get into nighttime.
It's still 17 miles per hour, so there's still strong winds out there.
Wow, the track temperature's down to 92.
Not really. I mean, yeah, it's a little bit of a difference, but it's only dropped down 10 degrees since qualifying because, it was 103 degrees in the qualifying. So 10 degrees, cool, it can make a difference, but I'm not sure how big of a difference it'll make. How about John Barry up to 4th now? I tell you what, look who's right there about to get closer to that race lead. That's Femi Lat.
I know it.
Oh, no, Anthony Emery's coming down pit road, actually.
Yeah, he is. He's giving up.
Aaron Smith also coming in as well, and Bobby Cheney. Don't speed now. You don't need to make a mistake right now.
No mistakes. We always talk about that. The pit road stop can win or lose the race for you. And man,
another thing that would be a bad break for, not so much of a bad break for the drivers that are pitting right now, but for the drivers that hasn't pitted yet is a caution. That would really shuffle things around. Elijah Gracio is also coming in as well.
Well, he definitely needed to come in because, man, them tires had to have been shot. Looks like Marcus Richardson is slowing up a little bit here. Nope, but John Barry's coming in.
John Barry is coming down pit road.
Yep.
By the way, Malai Radman did make his pit stop, so he is he got his lap back.
Yep, he's back at 14th now. He's got he just went around Femi Olat. Femi's got a pit yet.
Same with Marcus Richardson, Zoltan Herzog, Brett Bakari has not pitted. Sean Williams
Fry
already did pit. Yeah, Taylor Fry hasn't pit yet. Volcam has not. So we still got a few drivers that still hasn't made their pit stops yet.
Well, here's the driver we talked about today, Nicholas Caressel. Look at the run he's having here. 7th place for him now. And Scott Schuer.
Here comes Femi Olat, Marcus Richardson, and Zoltan Herzog coming to base. Whoa, Femi, hang on, buddy.
That was close.
I mean, remember last week too? He came into pit road a little bit too hot at Chicagoland. He still was able to get down pit road speed, but he almost missed pit road. Well, that time he was just all over the place trying to get that car slowed down. Hopefully, he did get it slowed down quick enough so he doesn't get penalized.
Well, they gave Brett Pancari the lead, so he gets a bonus point. Not in the chase, but he got a bonus point out of it. Taylor Fry in second. Daniel Falkingham. I have a sneaking suspicion Falkingham might try to stay out there and get a lap led.
Oh, I would at this point.
He's been out
the
there.
night he's having all of a sudden.
He's been out there a long time. He's got to be starting to run pretty short on fuel.
Well, Brett Picari has still not pitted. The same with Taylor Fry, Daniel Falkiam, Carresso, Scott Schuer. We got 5 drivers that has not made green flag pit stops yet. That's the top 5 right now.
Well, now out of them leaders that pitted, Anthony Emery is going to have about what is that? About almost a full second lead over Sean Williams. Wow, yeah. Because Femi Olat just come in. Yep, Femi Olat's in. Marcus Richardson is way back. Wait a minute, what happened? What? Wait a minute, I messed up there. Okay, Sean Williams is ahead of John Barry, so Anthony Emery has got quite a lead over everybody.
Okay, here comes Daniel Falkiam and Taylor Fry on the pit road now.
And the bad thing is Daniel can't afford the time to sit there and get any of that damage fixed up. So he has got to get off of there. Now, I don't know if he's going to have any mandatory, damage. I don't know. I don't think so.
Well, hopefully it's just optional damage.
Yeah. If it's, and he backs up in his pit stall. That's costly. He did not need that.
Well, we'll have to see if he does get off pit road in a few seconds. It looks like right now he's changing the right side or left side tires. Yeah, okay. He looked like he only had optional, so he's back going because he can't afford just sitting there right now.
No. Well, Nicholas Caressel's second now.
Scott Schuer third. Yeah, Brett Picari. Those 3 guys have still not pitted yet. I tell you what, Rudy. Actually, if everything cycles out, Scott Ramler is going to be the race leader.
Yeah, but I don't think he's going to have enough fuel to make it.
Yeah, that is questionable. Definitely, also the tires are going to be. See, but let's see. It's about a good 6 seconds. Yeah, I mean, I will say it's going to cut it close. Now, if we do get green-white checkers, I feel like he's definitely not going to make it.
Yeah, he's got 16 laps on them tires right now, and we got how many to go here?
We got 28, 29.
29, 16, that's what, 40, 45? I don't think he can go 40. Well, yeah, he might.
Hey, he can, and we'll just have to see. But, man, we could have...
But tires are going to be the key, and Anthony Emery's got 11-lap newer tires, and he's going to start chopping into that time really fast.
All right, Nicholas Carresso is going to come down pit road right now.
Yep.
So now we're left with 2 cars that has not pitted yet. But yeah, you're right. Actually, Anthony Emery has now backed it down to 5 seconds back from Scott Ramler. So yeah, Anthony Emery is definitely going to catch him.
Oak, you were talking about the notifications on YouTube. Well, apparently, if you click on that bell, there's a couple of different options there. I don't know if you maybe don't have it yet, but it's going to where you'll have a couple of different options. If you're running Google Chrome, make sure your Google Chrome's up to date. Okay, you know how to do that, but make sure your Google Chrome's up to date. Brett Pancari coming into pit road.
Yep, and we'll see if Scott Schuer is going to stay out. Is he going to be able to lead? Yeah, he'll be able to lead this lap. So Scott Schuer is the only one that has not made a pit stop yet.
Yeah.
So we'll wait for him there. But once his cycle's out, Scott Rambler will be the race leader. But for how long? Because Anthony Emery, he is coming. Now he is
2.1 seconds.
2.1 seconds back. So what? He was 6 seconds back a few laps ago. He's coming.
Oh yeah.
And I tell you what, he's got a little over 2 second gap over Femi Olat.
Yep. I don't really think Femi's going to be able to make up that time, but you know, a lot can happen out there yet. A lot can happen. We've seen it happen. You never know. Anthony could make contact with Scott Rambler or something, and those two could get involved in an accident. I hope that don't happen for those guys' sake.
Yeah, for sure. Hopefully not. But I mean, Scott Rambler, he could be an aggressive driver. I know that once Anthony Emery gets close to him and get right there with him, I know he's going to try to be aggressive and hold on to that race lead. But just with the tires he has compared to Anthony Emery, I just don't see him holding him off at all.
Was it those two that had a moment there at Pocono this season? Wasn't it those two that got together, or something happened there? I think.
If I'm going to be honest with you, I have no clue.
Yeah, I don't remember
at all.
now.
But I mean, it's going to happen within this lap. This pass for the lead is going to happen right here. I keep an eye on this right now. Here comes Anthony Emery. He is closing the gap, and there he goes underneath Scott Rambler for the race lead. Will this be the pass for the win? It depends if we stay green all the way or if we get a caution towards the end. But right now, Anthony Emery, if he can hang on for 25 more laps, he's got this race won.
Well, Marcus Richardson just passed John Barry to go into fourth. So John Barry, John's having a great day here. He started fifth, and he's hanging on to the top five all day.
Yeah, John Barry's had a great run tonight. You know, he led a few laps earlier, but he's been hanging that top five all race long, so he's had a strong run. He came into this race really 3 points above the cutoff line, so just another good run like this. Now, the thing is, Femi Olat came into this race 3 points below the cutoff line. He was actually behind John Barry, so with Femi Olat, if it finishes right now, Femi Olat, a couple of positions ahead, John Barry, that's going to be a close battle between those two. But we'll just have to see. And Zoltan Herzeg, he's sitting back in the sixth spot. He came into this race second in the points, 7 points above the cutoff line. So the points, I feel, Rudy, is going to be very tight next week at Bristol. And it's just going to be an exciting race for sure.
Well, if you had to pick somebody to win next week at Bristol, out of all these guys, and knowing how they drive and how they race at Bristol, who would you have to throw out there for a win next week?
Out of the playoff drivers?
Yeah.
That might be a tough one. I mean, Femi Olat's been strong over there before. I know Falkiam's been strong over there. I know Falkiam may have in the night. He's been one. He's sitting back in the 14th spot, trying to hold off Taylor Fry right now. But Falkiam's been pretty good at Bristol. So if I feel there's going to be a track that's really going to help a playoff driver next week at Bristol, it's going to be Daniel Falkiam or Femi Olat. But it could also be Anthony Emery, too. I've seen him be strong over there before, too. So we got a couple of drivers that could show their strength next week at Bristol. But I know for sure Daniel Falkiam needs a good run next week.
Well, let me kind of throw this out there. Femi Olat and Marcus Richardson are closing in on Anthony Emery big time.
I mean,
they have taken a full second off of that lead that he had.
Yeah, but if they keep running side by side like this, they ain't going to be able to catch Anthony Emery. So that's what Anthony Emery wants. But it just amazes me how many times we've seen these two battle out, whether it's for the race lead or just an on-track battle for their position.
Yeah.
These two, it just seems like they can never get away from each other.
I know it. Good stuff going on right here, right now, man. This Really good stuff.
And it looks like Marcus Richardson is going to hold Femi Olat off for now. But yeah, now down to 1.1. Last time by it was 1.2, so 1.1 that time. If I were these two, I work together. I draft off each other, see if they can go catch Anthony Emery. I'm not sure if you want to battle together right now. Unless they feel confident they're going to catch him anyways.
Yeah, Femi's blinking a little bit there too, so that's really not helping them in the draft that much. So, but they've closed it down to 1 second now from Anthony. Anthony's got to be doing some mirror driving right now. He's watching all this.
Well, 20 laps to go, and guess what? Down to 9/10 of a lead that Anthony Emery has. So Marcus Richardson and Femi Olat is close in another couple of tenths right there. So I feel like these two can get up to Anthony Emery. Now, remember, Anthony was one of the first ones that was leading in this group that pitted as well, like a couple laps before Marcus Richardson and Femi Olat did. So that maybe those couple of laps, Rudy, could make a difference right there on the tires.
Yeah, very well could. Or is Anthony kind of saving his tires right now?
That could be too. You know, Anthony does a pretty good job with that as well.
In case they get there, because, you know, getting there is only half the battle. Getting by them is a whole nother story, you know.
Well, I'll tell you what, 3/10 now, Marcus Richardson has closed the gap now. I mean, they're going to get there, but you're right, Anthony Emery could be saving some tires too. We'll just have to find out.
He doesn't seem to be powering it off the corners like he was earlier in the race. You know, now he's kind of feathering the gas a little bit longer here, I think. He's letting that car get into the corner and rotate before he gets back into the throttle. And that could be how Marcus is catching him.
Yeah, I'm listening to the throttle of Anthony Emery. I'm like on board with him, just listening to his throttle. And like you mentioned, yeah, he seems like he's kind of feathering the throttle a little bit in the corners, just trying to save some tires, because now Marcus Richardson has posted up another 2/10. So, and I tell you what, it's not only Femi Olat catching Anthony Emery as well, it's John Barry as well. John Barry is right there. And Zoltan Herze, he's a little bit far back, 1.8 seconds back, but maybe he could get up there about as well. So we might see a 3 or 4 car battle by the time this is over with.
And Zoltan could be saving tires too.
Could be, yeah. Zoltan's pretty good about that.
Oh, yeah. When you get down inside that 10 to go, there's no saving anything then.
Oh, no. Oh, man.
Right.
Go ahead.
2.5 tenths. 2.5 tenths separating them. Less than 2 tenths. And Anthony takes it into the corner. Wow, he arced it in there big time. Yeah, he can't really afford now to feather the gas. He's got to keep the hammer down now.
I would go now, because obviously he could tell that. And I don't think Marcus Richardson and Femi Olat saving any right now. So whatever Anthony Emery has done the last few laps, he can't do that now.
Yep. Yeah, he's got to just change his whole strategy now. Well, the guys are handling turn 4 much better than they were earlier in the race. So I don't know if it's maybe the rubber laying down or the night track, the temperature's cooling down. Oh boy, here we go.
Marcus Richardson takes a peek underneath, and we got one spinning in the infield right now. Actually, yes, we got contact. Man, Marcus Richardson got tight on that bomb lane. Oh, and Femi sideways off turn number 2.
Man.
Oh my gosh. And here comes John Barry for the 3rd spot.
Yep, he says, I'm getting away from you guys.
By the way, we did have one spin in the infield. That was Malad Radman. He was able to save it, but he has dropped back to the 9th spot.
Yep.
So tough break for him there. But this battle up front is going to get very intense. Here comes John Barry for the 3rd spot on Femi Olat. Marcus Richardson holds them off for 2nd for now. Are they going to be now? We'll see if Anthony Emery now wants to get away. If these guys keep battling behind Anthony Emery, he's just going to take it easy now and just try to drive away.
I think Anthony was saving, because if you notice, he's been able to stay much further ahead of Marcus Richardson now. Of course, Marcus and Femi just had a big moment there, both of them.
They did.
Ooh, man. At this point in the race, you don't want to have one of those big moments.
It's time to regroup and get back to business and try to go catch Anthony Emery and get by him. We got 14 laps to go now.
Wow, man, I'm telling you.
By the way, it was not a caution from a last spin. He was down in the infield grass. He happened to save that car. He got sideways off turn number 4, and he kept the car straight, but he was just driving in the infield grass, so no caution for that.
Well, it's coming down to it here, Anthony, with a good run here. And Femi taking a look again under Marcus Richardson. He's really having a problem trying to get by Marcus there. Those guys are just so evenly matched right now.
Oh, man, Femi Olat right there underneath Marcus.
Oh, and he wants to fill that spot.
And poor Anthony Emery, now he's got 2 cars in his mirror side by side, but that's what Anthony Emery needs.
Yep.
He needs those 2 side by side.
Yes, sir. And in the meantime, Zoltan's closed that gap up a little bit on these guys with the racing that they're doing up here. Again, I think that he may have been saving a little bit, and I think he's getting down to inside the 10 to go. Is he going to come up there and steal the win away from all these guys?
That'd be very impressive, but we'll definitely have to see. But right now, these 2 are still side by side for the second spot. 12 laps to go in this race, and John Barry, he's watching these 2 go at it. He's trying to find an opportunity. How about that? Femi Olat sends it in the turn 1. Kind of got underneath Anthony Emery there, but not quite there. And now he's back side by side with Marcus Richardson. This battle is not over.
Nope. Not by any means whatsoever.
Oh my goodness, Marcus Richardson shut the door. Oh, and there was some contact between Marcus Richardson and Anthony Emery a bit. And here comes Marcus Richardson back down to the bottom. Not going to get underneath Anthony Emery that time. Femi Olat still trying to fight in that outside lane. I believe John Barry just bounced off the wall there. They're now all of a sudden about to go 3 wide for the race lead. Here comes Marcus Richardson on the bottom lane of Anthony Emery. Side by side going into turn number 1. And new leader, Marcus Richardson, with 11 laps to go, will get by Anthony Emery.
Wow, man, I'm telling you, he had to drive that car like he's never drove a car before. I'm telling you. Anthony coming right back, though. Oh, a little contact.
My goodness. And John Barry's going for the 3rd spot. Femi's dropping all of a sudden.
Holy
It's turning
smokes.
into a 5-car battle, Rudy.
Yep. Zoltan's right in the mix of these cars now. Oh, my gosh. Can you imagine this?
John Barry still side by side with Femi Olat for the 3rd spot on that bottom lane. 10 laps to go in this race. Here comes Anthony Emery. He's going to throw it in the turn number 1 to get underneath Marcus Richardson. Is he going to be able to stay side by side with them? Absolutely not. Marcus Richardson is still going to hold him off.
He kind of caught that apron, that white line, just the edge of it a little bit. Look at this. Femi goes to the inside. Anthony, I don't know. Anthony caught that apron, really knocked the momentum out of that car. Oh, man,
and
he's keeping John Barry down.
Get by, Anthony Emery.
Wow. Oh, man. Are they going to make contact there or what?
Guys, it's no time to lift now.
Oh, my gosh, I'm telling you. If you ain't on the edge of your seat now, man, you better get on the edge of your seat.
Rudy, I'm on the edge of falling off of this booth right now. This is intense.
This is crazy racing up here. Marcus back in the lead again.
But now, can Femi Olat, Anthony Emery, John Barry, Zoltan Erzside, can they get back to Marcus Richardson and fight for this win? Now, remember, Marcus Richardson and Femi Olat, they were the top 2 last race. Anthony Emery finished 3rd in the last race. So this is the same top 3 that we saw finished at Chicagoland, and here they are again.
Here goes Zoltan.
And if you think Femi Olat wasn't irritated enough after losing to Marcus Richardson last week, he'd definitely be very upset if he loses to Marcus Richardson again tonight. Oh, Zoltan trying to slide up in front of John Barry, just can't do it.
Still side by side back here for 4th. Dennis in chat, or who was it? No, the Canadian named Brandon there said Marcus will win. Well, I don't know. That remains to be seen. We got 6 to go, 7 to go. He's got to hold off hard charging Femi Olat for 7 more laps. This is getting pretty wild up here. Well, Zoltan did make that pass on John Barry, but I think John's going to be happy with his run here today.
Oh, absolutely.
I mean, he started third, my bad, and he's led some laps, and he's stayed inside this top 5 all day long. It don't get a whole lot better than that unless you can win.
All right, 6 laps to go. Look at Femi Olat. He is right there with Marcus Richardson. I mentioned a couple, and here he goes. He's going to take a look underneath Marcus Richardson for lead. I know we only got 5 cars up here battling for the lead, but you don't need a big field of cars to have a good battle and a good finish. I mean, this is good right here. Side by side, actually, off down the back straightaway. Femi Olat downstairs, Marcus Richardson upstairs. Femi Olat definitely wants to get this win so bad, because if Femi Olat does get the win, he locks himself into the championship 4.
Yep.
But he's got to battle it out with Marcus Richardson again, just like he did last week at Chicagoland. These two are going at it again. 5 laps to go this time by.
And Femi's going to lead this lap. And let me tell you, folks, there is no deals going on out there between them two right now. There's no way Marcus is going to let Femi win this thing. If there's anything that he can do to prevent that from happening, Marcus is going to do it.
I tell you what, Marcus is a great driver. Marcus right now, he's kind of like the points bully. He's like a bully out there, not in a bad way. He's out there to win races, but
that's right.
He's taking an opportunity for another playoff driver to lock themselves into the championship 4, and he did that last week. He might do it again this week, but right now, these two are still side by side for the lead. Now, with these two side by side for the lead, what is Anthony Emery and Zoltan Herzog's going to do to make a move on these two?
Yeah, and the guys, they've been out here almost 30 laps on these tires, so the newness is wore off of them. So, and their lap times have dropped off to about 2 seconds right now off of their fastest lap. So that's how much they've lost just because of the tire age.
Oh my gosh, these two are still side by side.
I know,
Anthony Emery is just ready to pounce on these two.
I think Anthony's probably
Femi's going to get it that time.
He got it.
Clears Marcus Richardson. But Marcus, he's going to get a good run off this corner. He's back underneath for the race lead. The crossover move here at Auto Club Speedway. 3 laps to go. All of a sudden, the positions, the lanes have swapped between the two drivers. Now Marcus Richardson is on the bottom with Femi Olat on the outside. And how
he's
about
gonna
that?
get it.
Wow, nice move by Marcus Richardson. Now, what does Femi Olat do coming off this corner? Is he going to get a run now? Not quite as big of a run as Marcus Richardson did, but he is still right there on the back bumper of Marcus Richardson. And here he goes to the bottom lane, back to the race lead. We're coming to 2 to go at the line.
I'll tell you, these 3 right here in the front have dropped the hammer, because that's kind of left Zoltan and John Barry in the win. They've just kind of backed off a little bit there. They know that there's really nothing more that they can do back here.
2 laps to go. Yeah, it's going to be between these 3 drivers right now. It's going to be between Femi Olat, Marcus Richardson, and Anthony Emery at this point. Zoltan Herzog and John Barry has fallen off the radar in the last few laps. But the battle up front continues strong. These 2 drivers battling it out. Whoa, Marcus Richardson got way up too high in turn 1 and 2. He actually got into the outside wall coming off turn number 2. Here comes Anthony Emery for that second spot. Does that leave the door open for Femi Olat to steal this win tonight here at Auto Club Speedway, or does Anthony Emery have anything for Femi Olat?
I don't think Anthony's got anything left for Femi, but
Marcus in the outside
he hit
wall.
the wall again. Yep.
White flag in the air. Final lap here at Auto Club Speedway. Femi Olat with a 0.3 of a second lead over Anthony Emery.
Is that going to be enough for Zoltan to get by Marcus to take home a 3rd? I don't know. We'll have to see if Marcus doesn't get into the wall again, because, boy, that really knocked the momentum out of that car.
Well, down the back straightaway for the final time, Femi Olat has got a good gap ahead of Anthony Emery. Femi Olat was very disappointed last week after coming up so close to locking himself into the championship 4 at Chicagoland Speedway. Did not get the job done there, but he is going to get the job done tonight, and he's going to punch his ticket into the championship 4. Femi Olat will score the win tonight here at Auto Club Speedway.
Awesome work, man. That was just phenomenal racing right there by them guys. Wow.
Anthony Emery will come home second with Marcus Richardson third, Zoltan Herzeg fourth, and John Barry will round out the top 5.
Awesome job, man. I'll tell you what, Femi poured it on right there at the end, right when he needed to pour it on. And clearing Marcus like that just really set the tone. So, man, congratulations to Femi for winning. We'll get these guys up here in just a minute, so hang on, folks.
Femi Olat came so close last week to locking himself into the championship for Chicagoland Speedway. But tonight, it was a great battle between him and Marcus Richardson again for 2 races in a row. And this time, Femi Olat comes out the other end of it and scores the win tonight. And not only he does that, but he punches himself a ticket into the championship for it. Femi Olat, congrats tonight. Tell us about that race overall and the final few laps.
Thanks, man. That was another classic Auto Club. Well, it's not really classic, but it's another good battle between Marcus and I Auto Club. And I think I'm 2 for 2 against him. I only remember 2 really, but this whole race was like really. I felt like it was a weird race at the beginning. I just felt like I couldn't do anything, and then we got a really long run, and I think I was doing a little different line than everybody else. Everybody kept sliding up on the center of 3 and 4, and I tried to just keep the wheel straight and just get off the gas and try to keep it on the white line off exit. And I think that was my better corner throughout the race was 3 and 4.
Femi, you were disappointed last week when you came so close to grabbing the checker flags at Chicagoland Speedway. Very disappointed with that safe place finish. Coming into tonight's race, I know that mindset had to be that, you know what, last week was just disappointing I didn't get that win, but tonight you wanted to be more aggressive, and you showed it tonight, especially in the last few laps between you and Marcus Richardson. Of course, you two battled out last week, and it was a great and fun battle to watch in the last several laps here tonight. So what was your mindset going into tonight's race, knowing that you could potentially lock yourself into the championship for tonight? Did you think that you had the car to hold off these guys and get the win tonight?
No, actually, even though I thought like the cars would be really even, I didn't think I would do well. I thought I'd wreck today and I'd have to go to Bristol, which is, I want to say my favorite track, but it's really not. But I just end up like having like good results there, so it could be my favorite track. But I was I don't know, I was really just looking past this and like looking at Bristol, like, okay, like what am I gonna have to do at Bristol? Am I gonna have to go win? Am I gonna have to like run top 3 or something? But like either way, like every time, that the only other person that's made me feel like this way is Zelensky, where when I race Marcus, I'm like, all right, it's gonna be a dogfight, and especially with this package, it just makes everything so even. He's been gone a long time. The guy is always smart. He's been smart even back to the console days. So he came back. He's picked it up real quick, and like I said, with the way the this package is, it's making us race each other really, really hard. Really, like I said, the only other person I've raced this hard that I can think of is Zelensky. So it's like I don't know. It's just really, that's what I'm looking at, is like, all right, how am I going to beat Marcus? Because I feel like every race he's just going to be the one that's going to be there.
Well, Femi, good news is that you don't have to worry about no matter what the results is next week at Bristol. You are locked into the championship for that championship race in Charlotte in a couple weeks. Well, Femi, do you got anybody to thank for this win tonight?
Yeah, got to thank you guys for broadcasting, and John Barry for the league, and Marcus for giving me the inside, because I feel like if I was to his outside, I would have been arced out again. He knows what I'm talking about. Not really like anything big. I was just shooting jokes, but yeah, thanks to everybody who showed up in the chat, in the race, and yeah.
Well, Femi,
how many? It's a lot of people.
Yeah, it was. All right, sounds good. Well, Femi, a lot congrats on the win tonight. Best of luck to you next week out in Bristol.
Thank you. Stat padding next week.
Marcus Richardson comes home third. He was battling with Femi Olat in the last couple of laps. It looked like at one point he was going to hold them off and win tonight's race. But Marcus, was there anything you could have? You got on the wall a couple of times in the last couple of laps. Was there anything you could have done differently to hold off Femi Olat in the last couple of laps?
Not experiment with 2 to go on the outside, trying to not get out of the gas. But I didn't run the greatest race tonight, but it was still fun. I hit the wall early in the race twice pretty good, and that gave me like some damage, and I was kind of tight and struggling down with straightaway speed at the very end of straightaway there, and I figured something out right before we pit, and I knew I was going to be really quick the next run, and I was able to run them back down and past them, but just couldn't quite hold on. I think if the way Femi drove the entry to 3 was way better than me there with what I figured out, but I was able to get off the corner, but I just couldn't get away from him on the entry to really run the line that I wanted to run. So I was being forced to run in low or lower than I wanted to, which was kind of messing me up. But 1 and 2 I was really good, and then I just stayed at throttle too long. But shout out to him and Anthony there for the win or race. I know Anthony really wanted it. He was pretty quick the first run. It's just the second run the track changed a little bit, and I don't know if he hit the wall or what, but he did pit early, and that probably had a lot to do with it too.
Well, you guys will be going to Bristol next week. What's your expectations over there?
Well, next week we're not racing. I think it's the week after that, but I'm pretty good at Bristol in the long run at least. So we'll have to see what happens here. I'm thinking we're going to be running from the bottom to the top, depending on how many cars show up and things like that. So it'll be fun. I really like racing at Bristol.
All right. Well, is there anybody you got to thank for your third place tonight?
Well, shout out to you guys for broadcasting and everybody for racing, and shout out to Femi on the win, and I'll see you in a couple weeks.
All right. Well, congrats, Marcus, on third. Best of luck to you, man.
Yep, thanks.
Anthony Emery will come home second tonight. Anthony Emery had a strong car towards the end, but of course with those two, and of course Zoltan and John Berry catching you, of course Marcus and Femi was pretty fast throughout the race as well. And I knew Anthony Emery at that point saw those two coming close to his mirror, and it was going to be a tough battle to hold him off. Well, Anthony, still a good run tonight, finished second, still good points night for you, but was there anything different you could have done to hold off those two?
Yeah, I think so. I screwed myself for sure. I didn't hit the wall or anything, but I was just missing my marks and getting tight. Like Marcus said, the track was just changing, and I didn't like how it changed when it got dark. And I'm kind of annoyed at myself that I threw that one away. And the pit strategy and that too. I mean, he said I got basically duped by him. They said Marcus said over that he was pitting that lap, and I didn't want to get undercutted, so I tried boxing that lap, and they stayed out. And even though I had the lead coming out of pit road, they were all in a pack together, so they were just chasing me down. And when they got to me, they took a couple. Marcus took a couple good runs at me and could get by. Finally got by me, but I could have done things a lot differently, I think, to keep myself in first place, and I could have defended better. You could say second place is still good, but compared to the people I'm racing, Femi's obviously in now, and that's not what I wanted. And Revin, John Berry, is in fifth, so I didn't really gain that many points tonight, even though I finished second, so that kind of sucks.
Well, you guys will be going to Bristol next week, and of course that's going to be a big deal for 7 other playoff drivers, including yourself. So what is your expectation over there? What are you going to have to do? Of course, Bristol is all about survival too, because a lot can happen over there, but what is your strategy for that race? What is your expectations?
I have no idea. Tonight I was really banking on having a good run, and maybe John Berry or Femi, something happened to them. I did have a good run, but I don't trust myself going to that place. That's one of my worst tracks. That and Martinsville, those are not really good at those tracks at all. And so I'll have to put in some laps and make sure I can get some track position. Hopefully I just avoid the wrecks, I guess. It's going to be a tough race for sure. Anything can happen.
Is there a race next week? Because
there is not.
Oh, there is not a race next week.
We have an off week, so a week after.
Gotcha. Okay, yeah. So chat, remember no race next week. I totally forgot about that because some of you guys will be gone at the Roval this weekend and still traveling back. So okay, so we'll be back here in 2 weeks for Bristol. But anybody you got to thank for your second place tonight, Anthony?
Yeah, thanks to, even though I'm upset I got second, I mean, racing with Femi and Marcus there, that was so much fun. They always race really hard. I love the aggressive moves they make because I have always do that. And, to have it done back to me, it's a lot of fun. Marcus is the best, quite frankly, and Femi's right there with him. So to be racing up here is pretty cool, man. Shout out to John Berry for the league as well and all the people watching, and you guys for broadcasting.
All right, Anthony. Well, congrats on second place tonight. Best of luck to you in 2 weeks at Bristol.
All right, thank you, Joseph.
All right, let's get up here roaring down through the results. Hey, your mom said, hey, good job for being a spectator coming in last tonight.
Yeah, came in last. I don't know why that happened, even though I joined in as a spectator, somehow registered me into the race. But I got some points. That's cool. I didn't even have to try. So
and you didn't even have to turn a lap. You got points. How you like that?
Hey,
man?
that's all you need to do, man.
That's right.
I could have done the double. I could have raced and done broadcasting on an on-track broadcast, but I think I'm okay with just scoring any points regardless.
Yep. All right, coming up with the win here tonight. Femi Olat, Anthony Emery. Really was looking good for him for quite a while there. But boy, it didn't take long for Femi Olat and Marcus Richardson to run him down. But and then he only had 2 lap older tires than they did. 2 laps. But that can make a difference when you come down to the end of the race. Big difference. All right, well, Marcus Richardson will come home third. Zoltan Herzog did pass John Berry. Will come home fourth. John finished in the top 5. Bobby Chaney, excellent run for Bobby tonight. He'll finish in 6th. Brett Pancari 7th. Sean Williams, good night for him. That's going to help him out in the points with an 8th place finish. Zachary DeMarche in 9th, and Taylor Fry rounding out the top 10. Joseph?
Daniel Falky, I'm very disappointed. Yeah, strong car early on, but unfortunately when Justin Lisby spun in front of him, Daniel Falky had nowhere to go, made slight contact, and that damage he had on the front bumper, the front nose, definitely gave him some lost horsepower on that. So he definitely needs to pick up the pace for next week at Bristol. In 2 weeks at Bristol, I should say. So he will come home 11th tonight. Tony Hillbrand's needed a strong run. Unfortunately, not a 12th place result he wanted. So expect him to be aggressive at Bristol in a couple weeks as well. Vlad Radman 13th. Nicholas Carresso 14th. Scott Schuer will finish 15th, the last car on the lead lap. Scott Ramler will finish 16th. Nate Stewart 17th. And Aaron Smith, I tell you what, he was in the top 6, top 7 late in the race. I don't know what happened to him, and he ended up finishing 2 laps down. Not good for him either, points wise for him. So he needs to go out to Bristol in a couple weeks and be aggressive there. He'll finish 18th. Cody Miller 19th, and Elijah Drew Gracia will round up the top 20.
Yeah, there's a couple of drivers right there, Aaron Smith and Elijah, that I really looked for them to be at least inside the top 15. Possibly the top 10 as well as they were running early, but it didn't happen. All right, Andrew Cardinelli 21st, Patrick Colby 22nd, Caden Henry 23rd, Justin Lisenby with a disappointing 24th position there. Man, after he was up there battling for that lead and just come off of turn 4, and there he went, got right in and hit the inside pit wall. Terrell Baker, one of the first ones that was in, I think he brought out the first caution there, was involved in it. I don't know if he brought it out, but he was involved in it. But he will finish 25th. Spencer Owens, 26th. Hunter Combs out early, 27th. Justin Gable, 28th. Tommy Gossett, 29th. Tom Mercier, 30th. Will Klein, 31st. Jared Darling, 32nd. And then, of course, that guy there that always finishes last whenever he joins a room like this here, finishes in 33rd.
I mean, hey, maybe in North. I mean, Laura, I actually try.
No, I meant for, when you're commentating and you're in the race, you will lost.
As long as I'm there in spirit and in my heart, that's all that matters.
That's right. Well, thank you, Joseph, for helping out tonight. Thank you all for all the viewers. Man, oh man, it was great to see that many viewers out there tonight. 110. It looks like we had that that kind of topped it out there. Well, that says 104, but I seen 110. But oh well. But anyhow, thank you all. Appreciate it very much. And as Joseph said, they're off next week, which I wasn't really aware of. But I guess that makes sense because they are going to Charlotte to the Roval race. So this weekend. So all right, well, folks, thanks again. We'll catch you next time. And stay safe and have a good night.